Greetings, everyone. Robert Wainscott here, and welcome to part 2 of Hack Your Mind for Better Guitar Playing. And here in part 2, we're going to find out if our hack actually worked or not. As a quick recap, I've done a 10-week experiment where I've run electric current through my head while playing the same repetitive parts to see if I could increase speed and accuracy. I would strongly suggest watching part 1, which is in the link below. I know the YouTubers usually say it better, the professional ones. What is it? Link in description below. Part 1, link in description below. Watch that. It'll make all of this make sense. So I'm just going to move forward as if you have watched part 1, and let's go. So when I came up with the idea and did part 1 to tell everybody about it, what I hadn't figured out yet was, how am I going to do this? How can I do this in such a way that any changes I see are probably related to the electrical current running through my head, as opposed to other things like maybe a better guitar that's built for speed, or I don't know, being sober, whatever. So I wanted to keep all the parameters pretty much the same. And the other thing I didn't want to do is I didn't want to play these parts 10 hours a day, because then it would be hard to tell, well, is the improvement coming from, this electrical current, or is it coming from the fact that I'm playing this 10 hours a day? So what I did is I decided that I would limit the use of the machine to 3 times a week, 20 minutes each time, for 1 hour total. So over the course of the 10 weeks, well, that's 10 hours. So that machine was on my head for 10 hours. So what I would do is I would play those tongue twister parts that I said I was going to play in the first video, link in the description below, and I would play those for 6.5 minutes, and then play the next one, and then play the next one. And to help me with this, I set up a very simple little drum machine kind of thing that I could play along with. And I only increased the BPMs if I could play that part for 6 minutes, not, just get completely ugly, sloppy, and fall apart. And if I could play it for 6.5 minutes solid, then I would, bump the beats per minute up. If I bumped them up, we'll find out. So let me play you my first clip that I have, and then we'll discuss it. Well, there you have it. The first clip, week number 1, I start at 160 beats per minute. Now, incidentally, I did film all of the weeks, and then when I looked at the film, I said, this will make people crazy, because it's, 30 minutes of me playing through this. So you get to see week number 1, you get to see week number 10. So we go from 160 beats per minute to 182 beats per minute, which is a 22 beat per minute improvement, which is, if we round up ever so slightly, a 14% improvement. And I was really pleased with that. We should just watch all of these, and then I'll discuss them at once. Let's take a look at clip number 2. number 2 didn't see as much improvement. We go from 210 beats to 224 beats, a 14 beat per minute improvement, or a 7% improvement overall to the initial speed. Let's take a look at clip number 3. Clip number 3. Here we move from 115 beats per minute to 132 beats per minute. A 17 beat per minute improvement. And if we round up ever so slightly, a 15% improvement there. Overall, I actually thought that was pretty good because I'm an old enough player and I know the things that I've been playing forever. And I don't see that kind of improvement in the stuff I noodle on every day. So, quite frankly, I was shocked to see the improvement. I think there could have been more improvement had I thought about the little drum program that I used to play along with. Instead of just picking whatever popped up, I should have taken those parts and really sped them up to see, how well they do when things get fast. And also, I probably should have put, hits and crashes and stuff to accent what I was doing to be able to lock into that a little bit better. As a matter of fact, in clip number 2, where we only have a 7% improvement, I probably could have played that much faster, but the beat I chose, and remember I said I didn't want to change any of the parameters, so I was stuck with what I chose in week 1. By week 2, I was like, oh, this is not the right thing to have picked to do, but I was stuck with it. And you can hear in that clip, everything is moving so fast, it's actually hard not to just fly apart, once you're at, 224 beats a minute, and it just sounds like someone's just kicked a drum set down a flight of stairs and you're trying to play along with that and not look like an idiot. So, again, apart from that, I was really impressed with the progress that I saw. I guess I would have to say that I would recommend this to, to players that have had maybe an injury or are, for whatever reason, have to relearn or rethink their instrument. I think that would have some value. I also think it would have value for older players. I'm an older player, and it's true. It's hard to teach an old dog a new trick, but running current through my brain has sort of allowed me to to bypass that paradigm. Whatever's going on in my brain, running a little bit of electricity through it has allowed me to, I guess I would say, play and work things out as I was able to as a younger person. Who was this video for? I guess if you're an older player and you want to try something new, maybe to kickstart some things. If you're a person that's had an injury, maybe, and you have to relearn and rethink your instrument, I think the transcranial direct current stimulation really would be for you. And keep in mind, I only looked at one montage. I only looked at one setting, one that they use for stroke victims to help them with fine motor coordination. And I have a feeling now that I've done it that particular montage very much favors my right hand. I saw improvement in my right hand much faster than I saw it in my left hand. So I have a feeling that particular montage, and I think it perhaps we could look at other placements and do other experiments. It would be great if I wasn't the only one doing this. So if you know someone's interested, the machines are really inexpensive to build. You can build one for a couple of dollars. In the first video, I left links as to how to do it. It took me less than an hour to build mine. I think I built it for less than $5. It's really easy to do. And again, I mean, a 15% improvement over 10 weeks, that's for me, that's a real accomplishment. And so maybe we can kind of carry this forward. Maybe some other people would be interested in trying it in some different locations. There's a lot of these montages online. They have them for everything from depression. Believe it or not, people pay really good money to go to a psychiatrist who puts those electrodes on their head and pretends a big deal happened. Not let anybody know. They could just build that at home for a couple of bucks. But yes, they have montages for everything from depression to, like I said, fine motor skills to, well, I mean, gaming. The gamers wear them. So I think we can leave it there. Leave something in the comments. Let me know what you think. Have a great evening.